Welcome back. Well, today I am joined by Dr. John Hovanessian, who is here on behalf of Harvard Eye. Well, Dr. Hovanessian, thank you for joining me today.
Great to see you, Lisa.
When are you going to come into the studio? We got to get you in here.
Let's do that soon. That's it's exciting that we can now. So why wouldn't we?
I know. Well, next time. Sometimes it's easier just to kind of leave your office or just walk into your room and kind of do it on your own, which I think a lot of people will be opting for instead of driving over here. But nonetheless, it's always an option for you if you wanted to do that. So thank you for joining me today. So we're talking about something that happens to the eye, which then requires us to wear glasses for correction.
So many things happen to us as we have birthdays.
Yeah.
These are the enemy of good health, aren't they? And today's topic is a birthday disease called presbyopia, and this is the loss of reading vision, and it's not too hard to understand. When we're young and we have perfect eyes, our eye can see far away. If we're lucky enough to have normal vision, our eye can see perfectly far away. And then the way we see up close is that the eye actually adjusts. The lens inside the eye flexes to help us move that focal image onto the retina, and we can see well. But the lens, like every other part of our body, loses flexibility as we get older, and we lose that. That's the problem.
So then I generally will just put these on and I can see up close. There's just regular readers. Is that not what people normally do?
No, that is exactly the best thing that you can use,
okay.
Or at least the first thing that you can use. And they're a very popular option, reading glasses. They're simple, they're inexpensive, they work well for just about everybody. The problem is not everybody wants to wear reading glasses, and you have to carry them with you all the time. They get scratched and dirty, and we have to, have multiple pairs. And so we've come up with other ways to help people not to need glasses, including lasik. Another option that's been very popular among our viewers here is lens implants, because when we go through cataract surgery, most of our viewers here who are over 50 start to develop some degree of cataract. Mm-hmm. And that means clouding of the internal lens of the eye. And so in cataract surgery, we replace that lens with an artificial implant that stays forever and sets our vision forever. And so that implant can be a type that's called a multifocal. And those are very commonly used lens implants.
Okay, now a lens implant, okay, so I know you said LASIK. So some people opt to do LASIK, like a monovision kind of thing?
LASIK is a choice that works for a lot of different people. And it's a good choice. But it's not for everybody. Not everybody can get used to the idea of one eye being different from the other. And not everybody who's over 50 has, a small enough amount of cataract that LASIK works for them. So you really have to have no meaningful amount of cataract to do LASIK and to have a lasting benefit from it.
Oh, I see.
You are.
So the way that you do the lens implant is if they do have some sort of a cataract.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
There, when we put a lens inside the eye, it permanently corrects vision, and the vision never goes back to the way it was. One part of your eye that's changing as we get older is the lens, and that stops changing. So the multifocal lens implant has rings built into it, and these rings set different focal lengths for the implant, and it affects the way we see so that we can see both far and up close. So unlike bifocal glasses, where we have to tilt our head or hold things in a special position, none of that is necessary with a multifocal lens implant. And that's why they're very popular, because they work well. And although they have some minor side effects with glare and halos when you're driving at night, most people don't have any issues with them and really like the way they see.
And how does that adjust? How does that adjust for far away?
Well, it's not actually changing physically. It's the light passing through it. Some of it is focused for distance. Some of it is focused for near. Oh. And so there is enough light, enough redundant sort of cells in the visual system that we can see both far away and up close with this type of implant. Does that make sense?
Okay, so let's say I don't have cataracts and I would like to get this anyway. So is that a possibility?
Yeah, it is possible to do a lens implant. And we do this in a lot for a lot of people as a procedure. If they're not a LASIK candidate, they're a better candidate for a lens implant. It's really the same surgery, but it's called a refractive lens exchange, and because it's done for different reasons. Now, the most exciting thing that's on the horizon right now for this, because it's new, are eye drops for presbyopia. And, eye drops are now in the FDA development pipeline, and we are involved in doing research studies on some of these. And so far, the earlier stage studies have shown extremely good safety and quite good effectiveness of these drops.
And what are the drops used for?
So they're used to help restore up close vision.
So without any surgery at all?
Without any surgery at all. And so for people who have worn reading glasses, let's say you have good distance vision or reasonably good distance vision, but you need glasses to see up close, when you put the drops in, for a number of hours, they'll work to give the eye the range of focus to see not just far away, but also up close. So they're not constantly putting on glasses. And and they can potentially work for people who have had cataract surgery. So let's say you had cataract surgery some years ago and you had a lens implant that wasn't a special multifocal implant, and you'd like to try these, it is possible to use them. And although they're not yet available to the general public because they're not yet FDA approved,
right?
They will be soon, probably by near the end of the year. And we're currently enrolling patients in some FDA studies for people who want to have early experience with these drops. And I'll tell you, they work well, they're well tolerated, and it's a simple concept, and it helps to reduce the need for reading glasses. Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah. And so, of course, I'm raising my hand saying, okay,
Yep.
I want to try it, but I've had LASIK. So does that disqualify me?
It does not necessarily. It'll depend upon the specific study, because there are about 9 different companies who have these types of products, and some of them will restrict people who had prior LASIK and some will not.
Now, are you testing for all of them or just a couple?
We are involved in 3 of the studies currently, not all 9.
Okay, well, that is amazing. And that is so awesome because, yes, I have about 20 pairs of reading glasses just scattered around the house, right? Because if you're upstairs, you don't want to go up, downstairs. So you've got them everywhere. And, it's crazy, but this is such an exciting thing for so many people.
It really is exciting. And, for some of you who's on camera, especially if you had to put on reading glasses to see well, it's just not a lot of fun. There they are. They're just right off camera where you get them when you need them. But for lots of people who are just working in an office environment, to be able to see, to sit down at the computer, get your work done, somebody hands you a report, be able to recognize who's coming to the desk. It's the boss. I better put away camera. You want to have distance vision and you want to have up close vision. And this can help you to keep that. So it's a nice solution.
So how many people do you guys have doing the testing right now?
We have, I don't think I can actually tell you the number right now, but it's in the dozens of patients who are, enrolling in these types of studies, and hundreds across the country in different, cities and different practices. Before a drop like this is finally FDA approved, it goes through early safety testing and dose ranging, so we know how much medicine to give and have an idea that it's safe. And then the large studies at the end, the phase 3 studies, that's where we tend to get involved. Once we know a product is safe, it's not going to hurt someone, we have an idea that it is likely to work. Now it's a time we like to offer it to our patients so that they can be part of the group of hundreds of patients who learn more before it's finally FDA approved, when it's safe to do so and when it's likely to help them.
Are you still offering that to people now? Can they contact you to be a participant?
Yeah. So we'll put up on the screen the phone number here for Harvard Eye Associates. And what you want to do is mention, if you choose to call, the research study on presbyopia, or just eye drops for reading vision. And that the general office number there is the one you can use to contact us if you're interested in being part of such a study. And we'll find out we may ask you a few questions over the phone and save you a trip in if you're not a candidate, or potentially bring people into the office to evaluate them.
Oh, that is really exciting. You're absolutely right. So wonderful for so many people. Now, of course, you may not have this information, but I'm sure it will be coming down the pike. Is, when you talk about something that's not FDA approved as of yet, but once it becomes FDA approved, how does insurance handle something like that?
So when it is part of a trial, the care that is given to patients as part of the trial generally is covered by the study itself, by the company who makes the drug. Now, sometimes there's some overlap with other care that we're giving to save patients time. We'll do it on the same visit, but we usually make it very clear if there's something that would be billed for insurance.
Okay.
So
Okay.
participating in the study does not cost the patient anything or their
Oh,
insurance.
okay. And then once, of course, it becomes FDA approved and available to people, to the public, at that time, they would probably consult with their insurance company to see if it's covered.
Yeah, that's right. I imagine, some of these drugs may be covered, some may not be. They would, potentially be seen in the vanity category of patient choice and therefore not covered. But I don't think that has been determined yet. So for now, we're just happy to see that there's a technology that exists, that it's likely to become FDA approved very soon. And we're delighted to be able to offer it to patients even now.
That is awesome. Well, thank you so much for the information. Very exciting. So maybe at some point we'll touch base with you again about that, and maybe we'll even have one of your patients if they're allowed to talk about it.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll keep you posted, and we'd be delighted to do that as well.
All right, Dr. Hovhanessian, thank you again.
Nice to see you, Lisa.
You too.
Enjoy summer. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Take care.
And we'll be right back after this.